But what we gonna do is off top show you how he has changed from where he was to where he is and where things are gonna go after that, because he was one of the few people that came in the game with a contingency plan, came in the game with the whole format of things that he wanted to do. What we're seeing with Jay and stuff like that, the stuff he had been talking about for a long time, and it took a long time to get in that position. Nipsey started to escalate that formula.
Listen, there is one rule in the Martell by ATL space. You know what that rule is? Don't play yourself with Hov. Never play yourself with Hov, okay? Y'all niggas, I hear old niggas that still hate Hov. You niggas sound crazy. I hear you young niggas that hate Hov. You sound crazy. Hov is the godfather of hip-hop right now. And he's the godfather because he does things like get 21 Savage out of an immigration jail. Word. You know, make sure Nipsey Hussle's family members remain the main focus of his money and earnings, because they were definitely going to try to take this man's estate and throw it in the flux. And there was a report that he gave him $15 million. That is untrue. Nipsey Hussle went to work every day so his kids could be financially stable after he perishes. One thing my father told me is a man that does not get his family prepared for his death is not a man.
Facts.
Okay? Now, what he did was so amazing, but the big homie came in and said, listen, whatever lawyers y'all need to make sure this man's legacy is not touched in any negative way, I'm with it.
When Ho said, I'm overcharging niggas for what they did to the Cold Crush, he is showing you this shit right now. For all the folks that over the years have been like, well, Ho talk about big pimping and talk about the money. What is he doing? You want to know what he's doing? He's preserving the culture in such a fashion that it can't be stripped. He's educating people, and it took folks to be out on their ass to finally see, yo, the homie was really trying to drop some jewels on us. So when you get a youngin' like Nipsey that was actually out here soaking up all that game in layman's terms, because a lot of folks, in hip hop we have this whole ageism thing, right? So a lot of folks looking at Jay like, oh, that nigga, he don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga ain't really been out here getting it, right? You look at a cat like Nipsey, the thing is, you can't deny the pedigree. You know what I'm saying? The people could see it in their face. And so now they're like, well, you know what? He talking that shit, and he talking about it in a way that isn't like Jay's Minority Report. Correct. He's talking about it just on some, nigga, stack your chips. Buy the building that you used to hustle in front of. Saying it in direct terms. And it's so many people
sometimes
right now.
People need that.
Absolutely.
Sometimes people don't need the haikus, the hyperbole, and all the fancy shit. Mm-hmm. Some people need you to go,
straight cut,
hey, nigga, uncut. Buy that house so nobody else buys that house. So these folks don't move in and change their culture like they're trying to do in D.C. But I'm going to get to that next. I just want to let y'all know all this thought-provoking shit is powered by the one and only Martell brand.
Hello. So, I'm going to take a sip on that.
Yeah, take a sip. Now, Mr. Karim Lateef, you are here. I would like to hear your perspective as someone that is definitely in the industry and fully understands the gravity of losing such a person.
I have I have a perspective on it. I think that we don't ever really lose people. I think that with Nip is energy. So I think energy is never destroyed, it's not created, it just moves, it transforms, it manifests in different ways. So like Nipsey energy is the same energy that we saw in Malcolm, that we saw in Martin, that we saw in Pac, that we saw in John Lewis, that we see in John Lewis today, that we saw in Garvey, we see in all these people. It just manifests into different people. And so I don't think he's lost at all.
Lost.
No.
It's only transferred.
So there's going to be a Nipsey, in 2020. There's going to be there's a Nipsey right now. There's a Nipsey in 2024. Like we're caught up in the actual being a person, but that energy is what is always going to be there. The energy of resistance.
Energy is surrounding people now. So if
even
you guys go,
is still energy.
If you guys go to some of these cities, man, and I know it doesn't have to be a rapper, but since we are on the topic of hip hop, you need to holler at people like Slim Thug. You need to holler at people
Trey,
like Rick Ross and Trey and Killer Mike that's here. Yeah. These people do things for the community.
One time for David Banner.
Oh, yeah, man. Exactly.
That nigga's doing something different though.
Friend of the home by Martell.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
Please
David,
believe.
shout us out. Holler at us. I'm trying to get you in the building. Damn it. I got Martell.
Trying to upgrade.
I got Martell for you. I'm not saying, Kareem, you're not a great interview. I'm just saying, goddamn David Banner,
We got it.
But yeah, I feel you on the energy thing, man. I kind of felt that way with John Singleton too, because he was one of the first people to teach me about gentrification. The Boys in the Hood movie touched so many facets of black life, whether you were up north, down south, out west, wherever you were at. It touched on a piece of it. You could take a piece of it with you and go, that's happening where I'm at right now. Mm-hmm. Talk to me, Shea. What's the most memorable Boys in the Hood moment for you?
Well, you kind of spoke on it. It's actually when he took the young boys over to the billboard and explained to them what they were actually looking at, when telling them about how we need to gentrify our own neighborhoods. And I thought that was a lot for me, especially this week, thinking about him being prolific and Nipsey Hussle being
so prolific.
And then I'm sitting here like, oh, Lord, you know how they say things coming through.
Right.
You know, I'm not prepared for nobody else.
Right.
Not at this moment, for sure. And also, thinking about John Singleton, 51, like that is so young.
It's in your grasp. Like when you're 12,
you know what I'm saying?
When you're 12, you think 51 is so old. You're like, man, he lived a long time. When you get 30, 50 look like, motherfucker, that's right around the corner.
Street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so to see that brother pass away in the facet that he passed away in was disheartening. But I think, again, like Kareem was elaborating on, the energy never leaves that. He has sparked another mind to create some more films. I know Ava, I can't say her
Ava
last
DuVernay.
name. I know she is one of his disciples. You can tell
She's
by the
from
way
LA.
she makes the movies that she is one of his disciples. Like you can tell, like they have a same synergy when they're making movies, creative thoughts and all those things. What I would like to do real quick is give a shout out to my cousin Brandon who's in the building.
What up, big homie?
He is one of the urban farmers out here in Atlanta.
Hello.
If you are here, check him out. He got peppers and shit. But Kareem, tell me about your thoughts on John Singleton.
I mean, I'm a big advocate for anybody that is shaping our narrative as people, because we gain esteem by storytelling.
Yes.
You know, and through slavery, that was one of the first things that, you know, the master tried to do was to cut the storytelling out.
Right.
So they found other ways to tell story through drumming and things like that, hiding the stories. And like even if you watch this new documentary, I think it's named John Roberts, I believe the blues player.
Yeah.
It's a documentary. And part of the documentary they mentioned how a lot of the blues singers will sing about women, sing about like these stories about my woman is doing this and the way you treat me, I'm gonna treat you bad. That wasn't necessarily about the women, that was about the slave master. So like they would code different stories in the narrative. And I think that's what John Singleton was great at. He was great at like storytelling and shaping our narrative. And he allows you to see yourself in the story and see how you can transport yourself out of whatever situation you was in. So like, I respect him so much for that. I respect any storytellers and people that are able to like narrate and really change our minds through storytelling and visuals, you know? So I don't think that John Singleton is gone. I think the physical being is gone, but I see him manifested through everyone else that he touched. And another thing I want to point out, you ever seen the movie Fallen? Mm-hmm. So you know in Fallen how you get touched and there's a spirit that moves through you. That's kind of how I see this energy moving. Like you're touched, your heart is touched, you're physically touched, mentally touched, and that spirit energy moves through you. So you never really die. It just continues to move through the community. So that's my take on it.
Absolutely. My thing about John, so I went to school for acting. Like that was always my dream.
Did you try to just flex on me real quick? Maybe?
I'm just saying.
I went to school for
I'm
acting.
just saying I am a trained
as an actor's boss.
Actor. Okay. I say that just to point out that I look at film in a very intimate way. Okay. And if we look at the South Central trilogy, which is Boys in the Hood, Higher Learning, and Baby Boy.
Goddamn Baby Boy.
Well, actually, not Higher Learning. Poetic Justice is a part of the South Central trilogy. Okay.
Yo,
but I'm gonna throw in Higher Learning.
I'm gonna be real ignorant real quick. Janet Jackson was so fine in that goddamn movie.
Facts.
Like them
when Justice leaned in and said,
box braids,
"Let me whisper
nigga.
something to you real quick," I said, "Hold up,
them goddamn box braids, nigga."
Yeah.
Listen,
boy, bro, what?
What?
Dookie braids.
She was caked up and caked out,
and
I wanted a piece.
Hello,
you understand what I'm telling you?
I don't understand. I've been in love with her since she was Cleo.
Well, I'm when Penny got burned by the goddamn eye,
I was ready to fight,
baby.
I was ready to fight.
You understand what I'm telling you?
But
she was sick, wasn't she?
Boy, she walking here right now. It's a wrap for me.
She looked like Miss Butterworth. I ain't. Well,
I'm
sorry. I'm sorry.
It's
We're gonna get back to the real shit.
What? Listen to the Demeter Joe album, and you'll understand. That's all I'm saying. That was her dirty mind. Anyway, but when it comes to those 4 movies in particular, not to mention Four Brothers, which is one of my favorites. I love that movie. You know what I'm saying? Rosewood, all that.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the fastest firing in the history of podcast hosts. We will not let Shea back on the air next week until she has seen Rosewood.
I'm not gonna say your black card is revoked, but you lost a couple points.
It's on temporary suspension.
I know the story.
At least you know the story.
It's on temp. Look, I'm not. Look, knock it off.
I mean,
knock it the fuck off, okay?
See, I'm gonna extend you a little bit of grace.
Okay. I'm not. Grace is over there, y'all. Shout out to my homegirl Grace for coming in the goddamn building. Her name is Grace. She does events here in Atlanta. If you want to get your event life together, at Gracing Events. You understand what I'm telling you? She's been my homie since we've been knee high to a grasshopper. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want to hear no more about Rosewood and who ain't seen it. So we gonna smooth.
All right, I'm gonna move on past.
I want to give the floor to a very special lady. Her name is Shannon Evans. She is the beverage director.
What up, Shannon? Oh, Shannon up been on the show. She know what time it is.
So we have some Martell cocktails here every time we sit down and we have some drinks. I would just love for her to share what's in the chocolate. Is that chocolate in that?
It's chocolate bitter.
Okay, well listen, it is chocolate delicious. Ain't nothing bitter about that shit. So here you go.
Chocolate bit. Well, first is Martell VSSD, and then a little bit of espresso, chocolate bitters, and then lemon zest on top, and a little simple syrup too.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, we are trying to help you get your social life together, your economical life together, and your drink life together, goddammit. Make some goddamn noise for Shannon again. Now, if somebody could just find Chef India's ass, then we'd be all right. But
in the meantime, between time,
let
me just say something about John real quick, and we can move it forward.
I haven't said nothing about John.
Well, give me a second. We're gonna wait again. Chef India's in the building.
Chef India is in the daggone building. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we have the beverage director here, and we also have the food director here. Her name is Chef India,
aka
she is
Henny Loke.
Is Henny Loke.
Now she blew Swift Float.
Swift Float. Well, this went left. I thought we were doing something different here. Apparently, we're not. Today, what did we have here at the Martell space, if you don't mind?
Oh, for dinner?
Yes.
Okay, so we had some fried crab cakes. I had some Parmesan. Yeah, fried crab cakes. Mm-hmm. Parmesan corn, tomato butter. And
tomato. What is tomato butter?
Tomato butter. What is it?
What is tomato butter?
Tomatoes
and butter.
And butter. And a little garlic asparagus, and then I just sprinkle me with a little Parmesan on top.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are unfamiliar, please get familiar. 2018 Atlanta Tribune's Chef of the Year, Chef India. Make some noise for her. We got 2018's drink mixologist, boss dog of the goddamn year, Shannon Evans.
Well.
So And then you got the most infamous motherfucking podcast
Talk that.
on goddamn Spotify. Top 200 is goddamn Let's Cook It.